Southern Indiana's Classic Hits 105.5 WQRK. You are tuned in to the Duncan Show, and it is my pleasure to be talking with Jay Black. Jay, how are you? We haven't talked for quite some time. It's good to hear your voice.
Oh, thank you, son, and thanks for having me on. It's a pleasure. As I tell people, when you ask how I am, I'm living the dream under the circumstances.
Oh, boy, isn't it something? Who would have ever thought we'd be going through this weird, wacky 2020?
Yeah, I'm ready for it to be over at any time. Yeah.
Show producer Jeremy Newbold joins us in the studio as well.
Well, howdy.
How you doing, Jeremy?
Doing well.
Jeremy, good.
How's it going, Jay?
Living the dream, man. I'm glad to hear from you.
You too.
Now, Jay, we go back a long, long way. I remember when I first started, which would have been 85, 86, you were still out here at the radio station at that time on the BIW site, correct?
Yes, I was. I came to Bedford in 76 and worked at WBIW, WQRK till about 87. I was there about 11 years.
Yeah. What have you been up to lately? I know you had your own business. You still doing that?
Yes, I am. Yeah. Of course, not as much this year.
Yeah.
But, do sound and lighting for concerts. Work a lot with a local man, Clayton Anderson.
Oh, absolutely.
Do a lot of shows with him. And then I manage the two school auditoriums here in Bedford, the Bedford Orthodox Performing Arts Center and Schaefer Auditorium.
Both beautiful facilities.
Yeah, and that's Blacklight Entertainment, right?
Yes.
Well, we kind of caught up. You sent me a message, and you've got some friends that have done a really cool parody and video.
Awesome. Yeah.
Just a fantastic job. I commend them on that. And tell us a little bit about the song and the video.
Well, it's performed by some friends of mine, Jeff and Carrie Ketterman. And I know Jeff from way back. We worked together. He's an extremely talented actor. And we did a lot of work together down at French Lick at the resort down there, Murder Mystery Theaters. And then for a couple of winters around December, around this time, we did It's a Wonderful Life. And Jeff had the lead role, played George Bailey in our production of Wonderful Life. So he's a really talented guy. And he and his wife have made this parody of the song Baby It's Cold Outside, only they called it Baby There's COVID Outside.
It's a great idea. Let's take a quick little listen to some of it right now.
Baby, there's COVID outside. You gotta go away. Baby, there's COVID outside.
This evening's not good.
Good grief, they could just let me in. I'll wear a mask. You name the price.
If you say I will start to
I swear I haven't caught it
my
yet.
anxiety will start.
My temperature is really low.
I really can't take the
I
chance.
think I may have left my pants.
Maybe when they have a vaccine.
And everyone said I was so mean.
Rates are so high.
Baby, it's rough out here.
Things are surely not
I just heard someone cough out here.
I wish that I could.
You know, I'm really quite good. All the
I gotta say no.
I guess I'm Petro, sister.
I know you'll be just fine with your door.
His name is Max, you showing off.
You really can't say.
Yeah, I know I've been sold up.
Baby, that's COVID outside.
Okay, there's the parody of Baby It's COVID Outside. Of Jay's friends. Their names once again, Jay?
Jeff and Carrie Ketterman.
Now they've got a great video that goes with that as well, and we'll post that on the WQRK Facebook page as well.
Yeah, and you said that you did a lot of acting with them in French Lick. Did you take any acting classes or any summer camps or anything?
Well, yeah, I did. When I worked with Jeff, I was doing sound production, sound line production. But yeah, back in when I was probably in junior high age, I kind of got the acting bug. And yeah, in junior high, and then I went to I spent a summer at Shawnee Summer Theater, and I'm trying to guess it's probably 19 67, 68, thereabouts. And I was probably around 15 years old. And they had a student theater workshop, student theater class for young people. And my grandparents lived in Bloomfield, so I stayed with them. Rode my bicycle daily out to the theater, which was just on the outside of Bloomfield, just on the outside town. And then, that was the year that John Belushi was there. I have some memories of him. I know we talked a little bit. My reminiscing of him was, and again, this is a long time ago, and I was very young, but I do sort of remember him, and I do remember we talked a little bit. My impressions of him were that he might have been a little special, you could tell at the time, but he kind of kept himself. He was a little bit quiet, rather serious. And when we talked, he wanted to know as much as he could about the locals. He asked me about the residents of Bloomfield, and I told him what I could. I wasn't from Bloomfield, actually, myself. I lived in Bloomington, but my grandparents, of course, lived there. And I should have taken him home to be my grandparents were. But that was my memories of John. Yeah.
That's an interesting story. We're going to catch up even more with Jay and the story of John Belushi and the Shawnee Theater right after these. Hang tight. We'll be right back.
This is the station for the party every Saturday night.
Southern Indiana's classic hits, 105.5 WQRK. You are back with the Saw Duncan Show, and we're talking with Jockey Jay Black. I know a lot of people know him because he has been around for a long, long time. I was telling Jeremy when we were getting ready to talk to you, Jay, I remember, and I don't want it because I'm up there in age too now. I remember the first time I saw you was a dance when I was in middle school or junior high school.
Okay.
At the gymnasium many moons ago. But it's funny how time flies by. On the other side of the break, we were discussing your time at the Shawnee Summer Camp Theater over by Bloomfield. John Belushi was there. Now, the big documentary is out on Showtime right now about Belushi's life and how he tragically came to an end when he was just 33 years old. But you did get a chance to meet him, and you were talking a little bit about that. Now, did you realize who he was when he got to Saturday Night Live and then on to Animal House?
Yeah. And I became a big fan. I probably have seen the Blues Brothers 50 times, and could probably quote all the lines from that movie. It's one of my favorite movies. Yeah, I do remember. Of course, meeting him, knowing him from those many years ago. But it's really something amazing how his career shot out and how he took off.
Have you got a chance to watch the documentary on Showtime?
Yes, I have. Yeah, and I want to watch it again. But I think it's very well done. It was very good. It very well covered everything. And we posted the photo of John standing there in front of the board with everybody's name on it. Now, you might want to tell people what name they're going to be looking for. Oh, okay, yeah. My first name is Greg, and the story, my middle name, I go locally here by Jay. When I was born, my parents didn't give me a middle name, and when I was about 6, 7 years old, they let me pick my own middle name. My best friend at the time, his name is Jay, so I chose Jay. Now, the family and old friends, classmates, my doctor, the IRS, all know me as Gregory. But when I got into radio, I couldn't think of a cool radio name using Greg. And so Jockey Greg, the DJ, just didn't float. I started using my middle name, Jockey Jay. And it's funny, son, to this day, I got out of radio back in '88, but still to this day, people will call me Jockey Jay around town here, which is fine. It's great. It's a term of endearment. I'm honored. Well,
hey, and when folks look at that photo, they want to notice your name's just a couple up from John.
Above him, like 2 above him?
I'm 2 up from John Belushi. In the picture, you'll see him pointing to his name, and then if you go 2 up, you'll see Greg Black.
That's really a cool story. Thanks for sharing it with us, Jay. We certainly appreciate it, and it's always a pleasure to talk to you, and great catching up with you. Thanks for taking the time to share that story with us, and to send that clip of it's Baby It's COVID Outside. We enjoyed that, too. And I encourage people to go to our website, onto our Facebook page, around and they can see the video to go with it. Those guys they're great. I mean, that's professionally done. That is really cool.
Be looking out for their band. They have a band called Rosie and the Rockabillys, and hopefully we'll be bringing them around this area sometime when the coast is clear and it's safe to go outside again.
We hope that's on its way. He is Jockey Jay Black. You've known him for many, many years. Jay, thanks again.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks for having me.
You bet. You were tuned into the Saw Duncan Show. Back to the music with another song for the season.